my little chickadees, we're back again. Now, this time we're going to be playing House Hunted. This is the next in the Uncanny Valley series by the creator of John Doe, which I played earlier. If you guys haven't watched it, I suggest you go check it out. It was a really fun game, and I'm excited to play more. So here we are. This one is, what it says is you're trying to buy a house. That's all I know, and as always, we're jumping in as blind as I can possibly be. The only info I picked up is it's short, like 10-15 per run, 10-15 minutes per run, and there is 4 endings, I believe. That's the only thing I picked up, so let's jump in. The game you're about to play contains graphic violence that some may find uncomfortable or disturbing. The creator takes no responsibility for those who may be upset by proceeding. By continuing, you are consenting to the contents therein and agreeing that you are capable and mature enough to enjoy this content responsibly. Alright guys, that's your warning. If you don't think you can handle this, exit out of the video. I'm totally fine with that. I just want to make sure everybody's safe. Alright, continue. What a long bus ride. But I'm glad I'm finally here. You looked around yourself, taking in the surroundings, breathing in the nauseating aroma of the bus exhaust and oil. Okay. Oh, can I move? Well, there's obviously not much to look at here. It got me. At the Gray Horse bus station. I'm sure the rest of the city is beautiful, just like the brochure said. Hopefully the apartment company was honest about having my new place ready to move in. Quickly grabbing your modest baggage from the baggage claim, you straighten your clothes and walk towards the nearest visitor center. There's a cafe nearby. I'm starving right now, and it'd be a nice pick-me-up. I also kind of wanted to see the city. I could just wander around a little bit. I'm also pretty tired. Maybe I should just head to my apartment. Okay. We clearly can't make up our mind. Okay. For this run, we're going to start with head to the cafe. Oh, they have little load and save buttons. That's so cool. Yeah, I think if I go any longer without eating something, I'll collapse. Okay. Coffee also sounds pretty great right now. You finally make your way to the nearest cafe. It's small and quaint, but you can hear the chatter of random patrons inside. You slowly step into the cafe, taking in the smooth, rich smell of brewing coffee and the sweet scent of the baked goods. It makes your stomach growl even louder and prompts you to rush up to the counter to place your order as quickly as you can. After placing your order and snatching up your dinner for the day, you scurry over to the farthest table away from anyone else to scarf them all down. The coffee is thick and strong and slides down your throat slower than you expect. It's an odd sensation, but strangely not bad. Okay, I'm not a coffee person, but I don't think coffee is supposed to be that thick. Okay? Just a thought. Coffee should not be that thick. The cake is an equally odd experience. You decide on a coffee cake, but the flavor seems to be different with every bite you take, and it makes it hard to get used to eating it. There's also strange, hard bits through it that pop and sizzle like Pop Rocks, but taste like cinnamon. You're so hungry right now, though, you just deal with the weird food and focus on getting it all in your stomach as quickly as possible. I hope we don't get sick later because of this. Oh, hello. Hello. As you're focusing on your food, you don't notice the older looking man sit down at the table in front of you. Oh, I didn't notice you. Hello, can I help you? The strange man adjusted his burning red blazer and cleared his throat. His movements were so odd and stiff, it was as if he was made of cardboard. You're new in town, lost and wandering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talked surprised you. His voice was so smooth, as if he's given this same speech a million times. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mason Tallow, #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley. I can help you find your dream home today. He quickly snatched a business card from his breast pocket, only for another identical business card to pop up to take its place. Okay, we got some spooky crap going on already. Hello, Mason? He offered it out to you, his hand coming uncomfortably close to your face, making you flinch back a bit before taking it from him. Give me a call, and we can get you set up in a new house. Today. Guaranteed. Okay. I should tell you, I already have an apartment lined up, so I don't think I'm in a place to be buying a whole house. I don't think he was happy with that. That's quite alright. I'm sure you'll be giving me a call. I am the #1 realtor in all of Uncanny Valley, after all. I have never had a disappointed buyer. You'll love the house I found just for you. I'll be waiting. The strange realtor walked away before you could get a chance to argue, his long legs carrying him faster than you expected. You just shrugged and pocketed the business card. No harm in holding on to it in case something happens with the new apartment. You quickly finish up your food and beverage, making sure to leave a nice tip on the table before heading out to the apartment. As you approach your new apartment complex, you feel warm in your heart, and you can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much needed change in your life. You take a deep breath in, taking in the cool, clean air of the valley, and step forward to find your apartment number. Ah, here it is. This is so exciting. I've been wanting my own apartment for a while. You go to turn the handle. Huh? The door doesn't budge as you twist the handle. You try again. It's locked. What the heck? They said the door would be unlocked when I got here. I should give them a call. Hello, Uncanny Valley apartment hunters. How may we help you? Hello. I'm supposed to move in today, but my apartment is locked. You can hear papers shuffling on the other side of the line, followed by what you can only describe as the roar of an animal you can't place. Ah, yes. We had a little issue with your apartment, and it won't be ready until tomorrow. Our apologies. Oh no. What am I gonna do now? What could the issue possibly be? Maybe you could pry for more for a better explanation, but you also don't want to be rude. Persist. What do you mean something happened? I don't really have anywhere else to go. You hear the clicking of what sounds like a typewriter for a few moments, and a loud, annoyed sigh. We've been having some issues. You wait for an elaboration, but you're met with a long, awkward silence instead. Yeah, what are the issues? More typing and paper tearing? Is that a blender? Your apartment will be ready tomorrow. Do you need anything else, You sigh, defeated, and look around you. There's nothing much to do in this situation besides looking for a hotel. No, that's it, thank you. Please call me as soon as my apartment is ready. Of course. Good day. With that, they hung up and left you standing in the front of the building you should have already been in by now. Shoot. Now what? You shove your hands in your pocket absent-mindedly and feel the hard piece of paper crunch against your fist. You pull the paper out of your pocket and suddenly remember Mason. Yeah, right. I was lucky to afford this apartment. I can't buy a house right now. Still, it wouldn't hurt to call and see what's available. Let's call Mason. Yeah, I don't see the harm in blowing some time looking at pretty houses I'll never afford. At least it's something to do. No answer. So much for being the #1 realtor in Uncanny Valley. Oh my god. What? Mason! Mason! Why? Why are you just popping up like that, dude? Huh? What you doing? We call you and he just voila. Now that's service though. That's some pretty good service. Hello, and thank you for your call. Are you ready to see your dream house today? Were you just waiting here for me to call you? How ridiculous. Why am I getting Alistair from Has-Been Hotel vibes? I am simply the best in the city, always waiting for a prospective buyer's call. I'm always ready to show you your brand new life. This guy was starting to worry you greatly, but he was already here. It'd be rude to ask him to leave. Okay, let's just dive straight into the dangerous end. Go with him. Yeah, I mean, there's no harm in going with him. He's just trying to do his job, right? He might be a bit pushy, but realtors are always like that. All right, Mason, let's go look at this house. Oh, I knew you would choose the right answer, dear buyer. Let us go right there then. The house is simply dying to meet you. What? Before you could properly ask him why he phrased it so oddly, you feel him roughly grab you by the upper arm, dragging you along with him down the street. It feels like you've been walking for an hour in awkward silence, struggling to keep up with the strange realtor's long and fast strides, when he finally abruptly stopped forcing you to bump roughly into his back. Roughly into his back. He didn't budge at all from the force of your weight against his back. You jump back, trying to hide the red of your cheeks from your embarrassment. Sorry. You look over at the huge house before you, the for sale sign glaring obviously from the curve. This is the house? Oh, do you see something you like after all? I'm not surprised. This house is in very good condition. You don't think I can seriously afford this place, right? This place is huge. Quite the flatterer, I see. I assure you the price is very reasonable, and I'm willing to haggle greatly. The seller is simply looking to sell fast. You look back at the house. Something had to be up with this. It was sounding more and more fishy the more this realtor talked it up. Okay, what's the catch then? Catch? Yeah. Come on, man. Why is the seller trying to get rid of this beautiful house? Did someone die in it or something? Of course not. His pause worried you greatly, but you're pretty sure you read somewhere that realtors had to disclose that information to you or something, right? Simply come inside and take a look around. No strings attached. You'll love it when you see the insides. You won't be able to walk away from a deal like this, dear buyer. Okay. I know what he meant by it's a very good deal and, you can't resist it, but you won't be able to walk away. I mean, that sounded like, we gonna die. Had to get me a drink real quick. Something definitely felt wrong about all this, but you were already here. We choosing the path of danger this time. Alright, let's go check it out then. Don't get your hopes up though, Mr. Tallow. Oh, I have no doubts you'll be instantly attached when you see it. He roughly grabs your arm again, his sharp fingertips digging in roughly as you follow him up the concrete walkway to the bright red door. How long have you been searching for a buyer for this place? You decide to ask to lighten the mood up a little. You notice Madison staring intently ahead to the door. His eyes look almost hungry as he ushers you through the door and into the living room. Oh, this place is pretty nice. You look around at the standard furniture and run your fingers along the couch. Oh, it's warm? In fact, the whole place feels uncomfortably warm and humid. Hey, do you think we could turn on the AC or something? It's a bit hot in here and a little hard to focus. Do you absolutely love this house? It's a little early for that. I haven't seen any of the other rooms. Is the walls breathing? I don't feel very good. Can I sit down? Oh, by all means. Make yourself comfortable, dear buyer. You shakily stumble over to the couch, your hands helplessly grasping at the warm leather. You gasp, surprised as Mason grabs you by the shoulder, guiding you to the middle of the couch and helping you sit down. You try to steady yourself, rubbing your head in an attempt to stop the sickening vertigo. Can we maybe crack a window or something? It's getting really hot. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know of something that's a terrible shame, dear Briar. You glance up at the room still wobbling around you, making it more difficult to stay upright. What? Okay. I was beginning to enjoy your company. It's not often I find such a responsible buyer, and it does become awfully benign, simply eating everyone who comes over. Your eyes have difficulty processing the melting walls around you, becoming more and more organic and even meaty in texture, and you start noticing a strange, sickly sweet smell you hadn't noticed a moment ago. Breathing it in makes you even more dizzy, and you slowly slump down on the warm, fleshy-like couch. Eat? Oh, yes. You're new in town. This must be very confusing for you. Correct? That's all right. You don't need to talk. I will simply explain the situation. After all, I am Uncanny Valley's #1 realtor, and I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Though it's been decades since I found someone so receptive, and all the other folks here in the valley hate explaining anything. A very lucky chance you met me first. You could feel Mason crawl over you onto the couch, his hands placed carefully next to your head as he leaned in close to speak in your ear. He felt extremely warm to the touch as his skin brushed against yours. Dude, this is my bubble. You back up. I think we're gonna die. You see, dear buyer, being the #1 realtor comes with its responsibilities. I'm not like the other realtors you see. I take great care in what I do, unlike those who simply want a quick snack. It's becoming so hard here in the valley to find buyers. The other realtors have taken to simply snatching and running. Quite barbaric, wouldn't you agree? Mason gently cups your cheek as he spoke. You were shocked he was being so kind. You could feel him nodding your head for you in agreement to what he was saying. No, my value is much, much higher. I find only the finest buyers to incorporate into something much greater than themselves. I can't just have any tenants to eat, now can I? I have my standards, and I will not stoop to such low behaviors. You weakly nod your head yourself, with his help, not entirely comprehending what he was saying or talking about, his words sounding farther and farther away as your body grew heavier, and it felt as if you were sinking into the meat of the couch. I just knew you'd understand. I suppose since we're getting ever so close now, I could drop my own facade. It does get tired controlling this. A bit quite handsome, cumbersome little lure. Okay, so this is a lure? You watch as Mason's eyes grew dimmer and his body fell limp, still being held up by something, but his limbs no longer retained their rigidity. Quite impressive, isn't it? Such an attractive lure. It's become quite easy to bring in such tasty, prospective buyers the old-fashioned way. I suppose it's just my luck to be so gorgeous naturally. It's clearly no wonder why I became the #1 realtor, right, dearest buyer? You blearily watch as Mason was yanked backwards and up towards the fleshy lamp on the ceiling. You notice the umbilical cord like rope protruding from his neck as he hung there limply. Wait. Is Mason the house? Is he the house? And we're like anglerfished? You know, the anglerfish has a little dangly thingy in his mouth? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay. You wanted to scream, cry, or anything, but your body was totally paralyzed at this point, and all you could feel was the growing, burning sensation as something hot slowly seeped through your clothes and into your skin. Okay. I truly wish I could make the digestion process slower than this. I truly do, dearest buyer. I would greatly enjoy some stimulating conversation. Alas, this is how it simply is and always has been, and I have not eaten in quite some time. Perhaps in another world, another time, we could have spent more time in each other's company. I'm sure you understand that one must eat though, and I'm truly grateful for you, dear buyer. Madison's voice was no longer coming from his limp, lightless body, but instead sounded as if it was coming from the very walls around you. You could hear him sigh wistfully and the walls looked as if they were breathing along with it. I will always think of you, long after you become a part of me. You finally allowed your heavy eyelids to close as you sunk deeper against the warm couch. You could feel the meaty fabric of the couch moving to cover you up like a soft blanket, almost tucking you in as you let yourself slip into the sleep you'd never wake from again. You died! Offer accepted. Okay, we got eaten by a house today. But you know me, we are going right back in because I want to find out the other endings. Okay. Let's do this all over from the beginning. And I'm going to pick different ways. Madison is a house that was using a humanoid body to lure in potential buyers and eat them. Ha! Okay. We went to the cafe before, so let's wander aimlessly. I think it'd be fun to get the lay of the land today. Just a little walk around the area to see what's around and all. After wandering for a good hour, you find yourself at what looks to be a business district. You're shocked to see such tall skyscrapers in such a small city. You find a comfortable bench to rest and drink some water, watching the businessmen scurry past you on the sidewalk. They all look pretty similar to one another. You notice one of them looks more out of place than the others. Instead of the hyper-focused gaze that marks the others' faces, he looks sad. You wonder about him for a moment. Oh, here's Mason! When suddenly, a very tall, older gentleman stands in front of you, towering over you and staring directly into your eyes. He stares a moment longer before adjusting his bright red blazer, brushing his hair back, only for half of it to fall right back down into his face. You're new in town, lost and wandering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talked surprised you. His voice was so smooth, as if he'd given the same speech a million times. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Mason Tallow, #1 realtor in all the Uncanny Valley. I can help you find your dream home today. He quickly snatched a business card from his breast pocket, only for another identical business card to pop up to take its place. He offered it out to you, his hand coming uncomfortably close to your face, making you flinch back before taking it from him. Give me a call and we can get you set up in a new house. Today, guaranteed. Okay, and then we tell him we have an apartment. Alright. You decide to sit on the bench for a little longer. You notice that businessman you were complimenting is gone now. You sigh and push yourself off the bench and make your way to your new home. As you approach your new apartment, you feel warmth in your heart and can't help thinking about finally getting a much needed change in your life. Okay. Okay, and it's still locked. Can we just skip to the... Yay! Let's just give up. You sigh, but ultimately decide it's better just to be patient. You don't know what the company might be going through right now. Thank you. Please give me a call when my apartment's ready. Yes, of course. Have a good day. With that, they hung up and left you standing in front of the building you should have already been in by now. Shoot. Now what? You shove your hands in your pocket. Okay, should we call him? Let's look for a hotel. You decide it's probably a better idea to go find a reasonably priced hotel than waste your time with realtors. You find yourself in what seems to be the heart of the city, the many buildings and stores almost feeling as if you're closing in around you. Alright. Hotel. Downtown areas you normally have hotels, right? And there he is. Lost? Lonely? You didn't call me, you. Oh, hi, Mason? Were you following me? How silly. No, my dear buyer. I'm simply that good. #1 realtor in all the Uncanny Valley, after all. I'm very sure you remember this, right? You clearly need a place to go, and I have the perfect house just waiting for you to be inside it. Oh, weird. How do you know my name? He just stared at you, clearly refusing to answer. Listen, I'm just looking for a hotel. Hotel. You make sure to really announce the word hotel to him as if he didn't understand. You really wanted to get the seller off your back. A hotel. The tall gentleman seemed to be struggling with processing what you told him. Something was even creepier when he frowned than when he smiled, which was shocking. Oh, my dear poor buyer, you're so confused and lost, I see. He was not listening. Listen, just come with me. Take a look around at this lovely 3-bedroom home with me. If you don't fall absolutely in love with it, I will personally pay for your hotel stay while I search for a house that suits your specific needs. You didn't like how his last sentence was almost a purr. But if he was being honest about paying for the hotel, what did you have to lose? You could just humor him for an hour and tell him no when he's done with his little speech. All right, Mason, you wore me down. I'll come look at this house you found for me. Perfect. I can assure you love this garage domicile that's just starving to meet you. You're about to question his choice of words when you're abruptly cut off from the sensation of a long, bony hand wrapping around your forearm, almost dragging you along with him as he head towards God nowhere. Man, we didn't get a choice to go with him or not. He's just like, hey, you're coming with me. Maybe you made a mistake. Yeah, we didn't get a choice to say no to him. Okay. There we go. Let's leave. You can't shake your nervous feeling and decide it'd be better to get out of here. You're sure he'll understand. You weren't planning on buying it anyway. Listen, Mr. Tallow, I think I'm gonna have to drop out of the walkthrough. I don't want to lead you onto a sale after all. I'm sure you'll find someone who'll love this place. Yeah. So, I'm gonna go now. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I'll hold on to your card, so I'll be sure to call you when I'm ready to buy. I appreciate your time. Mason just stared at you for a few moments before walking backwards towards the house, stepping carefully down the concrete path and through the door, his head peeking out for a few moments to sadly plead to you before disappearing. Okay? You could have sworn you heard a low rumbling sound emitting from the house before you left. We didn't get eaten! Look at us! It felt like hours before you finally made your way back into the city. You were so tired. You had to find a hotel as soon as possible. You jumped at the sound of your phone ringing suddenly in your pocket and quickly answered it, fumbling with the touchscreen. Hello, you? Oh, yes, that's me. How can I help you? Oh, yes, we solved that little issue we were having, so if you'd like to go ahead and go to the apartment, it's all ready for you. Oh my gosh, really? That's great news. Thank you. I'll head right there. We look forward to your business. And remember, Uncanny Valley Apartment Company is dedicated to finding the perfect home for you. A realtor-free guarantee since 1992. Click. You didn't have time to think about their odd tagline. You're just happy you could finally go home and rest your weary head and take off your lay off your poor sore feet. It's the boy! It's the boy! Oh, it's the boy! Look at him! It's Doe! It's Doe! Thank you, Devs, for putting him in. My boy. You were just excited to get home. You rushed to the streets of the city. Hey, Doe. Hey, baby. You couldn't wait to get to sleep. It's been one long day. Wait, is this where he actually sees you for the first time and falls in love with you? Oh. You lived doe-eyed. Ha! That might be where he actually sees you for the first time and falls in love and starts stalking you. Oh my gosh. Go from Mason to Doe. Oh wow. Heck yeah. Okay, 2 endings so far. We saw Doe. Wait, there's a gallery? Oh, cool. Okay, so we're missing these 2. Is that all there is, or? I know this is one ending, and that's another ending. Okay, so we need to go through and go to the other places we hadn't gone yet. Okay. New. Okay, we didn't go straight home yet. Goodness, I have to figure out how. I have to think. There's not a walkthrough on how to get the other endings. Okay, let's just head to the apartments. I am so beat from the 6-hour drive. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Doe gave me the hiccups. I am so beat from the 6-hour drive. I should just head to the apartments and order a pizza or something. The classic move-in food. Oh, I didn't mean to skip it. No. Okay. As you approach your new apartment complex, you feel warmth in your heart. Okay. It's still locked. Yep. Oh. Okay, this is how we first meet him in this one. He just followed us here before we can even pull out the phone. Before you can pull out your phone, a very tall older gentleman stands directly in front of you, towering over you and staring directly into your eyes. Hello? Can I help you, sir? He stares a moment longer before adjusting his blood-red blazer, flashing his shockingly white teeth at you. It's a smile that makes you a little nauseous, but you're not sure why. You're new in town, lost and wandering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talks surprised you. Okay. See, there's a new line here. He doesn't like it when we tell him we already have an apartment. He's like, "Bitch! How dare you speak in an apartment in a house's presence?" Okay, let's persist. Okay, we looked for the hotel in the last route, and the next choice we had after that was simply just leave the house. So let's call Mason. Let's change my mind because we went with him last time. Actually, I think I might just go look for a hotel. I'm really sorry to make you come all the way out here. I'm just not interested in buying a whole house yet. We made him come all the way out here. And then we're like, yeah, no. He stared at you for several uncomfortable moments, the sickly grin seeming to be full of malice than it previously did. Finally, he brought his hands from behind his back, straightening up his coat even more and adjusting his little house-shaped lapel pin. "I'll be waiting for your call, my dear buyer." And with that, he turned and walked away briskly. It felt relieving to see him finally leave. Now you can finally get back to figuring out what you should do next. Okay, and now we're back into the looking for a hotel. Oh, hey! We actually found a hotel this time. Finally, you find one, sticking out like a beautiful white beacon. You rush in quickly and ring the little bell for service and check in. You finally find your room, tears filling your eyes upon seeing the big, soft bed nestled in the center of the room. You quickly shed your shoes and jump on top of it with your entire body, letting yourself slowly sink into the plush mattress. I'm so tired. I can't wait to sleep in my own home, but right now, this is the best feeling I have ever felt. You slowly let yourself drift off, your body feeling as if it's been enveloped by a warm marshmallow. You think about where your life is going and smile to yourself knowing that you made it. You have an apartment waiting. You moved all by yourself and the gas station approved your application. Ha! This is in the same timeline! Oh, this is right before he was working at the gas station and Doe started following him there. Oh, this is right before John Doe. You lived. Checked in. Okay, we got 3 of them. I have no clue how to get the 4th one. 2 of them were an okay ending, so I'm thinking maybe there's another bad ending, because it makes sense. Did we get another pit? Oh yeah, we got the apartment. So, that's all the first ones. Okay, there's gotta be... Okay, there's something we're missing here. That's got to be the last ending. Huh. We got to go to the house, but I'm wondering how to make it different. Because I kind of went along with everything the first time. Okay. We're going to have to experiment on this one, guys. Okay. Continue. I don't think there was any, like, side things for these. Maybe the person we saw in the crowd was John. Let's try going back again. Ah, I didn't mean to skip it. Okay. Oh my gosh, why is it permanently going forward? Give up. I didn't mean to. I don't know what's going on. Why? Why is this doing this? Okay, now it stopped. Oh my gosh, I don't know why it went so fast. Permanently. Let's go inside. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Go back! Apparently this was different. Oh, what's the matter, dear buyer? Are my guts alarming? Please don't fret. I promise it'll be quick enough. My enzymes will be sure to knock you out before the digestion process becomes too unbearable. What? What are you? Oh yeah, that's different. You try to steady yourself, but Mason grabs you roughly by the throat and throws you down, pressing you hard against the floor. You try in vain to keep yourself propped up, your eyes growing heavier and your nostrils filling up with the sickly, sweet smell engulfing the room. Just relax, dear buyer. You're going to make my value skyrocket. He was pressing his body against you hard, making sure your face was against the floor. It was warm and kind of soft. You start letting your eyes slowly close as tiredness and the sickly smell lured you asleep. Maybe this wasn't so bad, you thought. You were so tired, and you just didn't want to fight anymore. You could feel a stinging sensation against your exposed skin, burning you slowly, but you didn't have the energy to fight Mason or the house anymore. Or maybe you should say Mason the house. You finally let your eyelids drop, breathing in slowly and deep for the last time as the house slowly digested you. Okay, I clearly missed something. House warming. I missed a part of that, I think. So I'm gonna try to do that right again because I was having problems. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get there real quick to make sure we didn't miss a beginning part of the conversation. But I knew we died by the house twice. I just knew we had to. Okay. Skip. Okay, wander aimlessly. Stop it. Give up. Oh, what was this one? I think I called Mason. Could we go look for a hotel? Go with him. Go inside. Stop it! Okay, and then we asked about the AC. sitting down. This is looking like the first route again. This is looking like the first route. Yep. I don't know how I happened across that other one, but well, we got all 4 endings. I feel like I missed something important in the last one, but either way, we got killed by a house twice. We survived twice, and we met John Doe in one of them. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this game, House Hunted. I'm glad I played it. Now we know a bit more about the universe, as in there are a lot houses that are hunting people. Okay. But yes. I do want to play more by this studio. I'm going to leave a link down below to this if you guys want to check out this for yourself and maybe catch all of that one ending that I missed. And thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the next one. And as always, bye!